वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी गोपी जनवल्लभा जया गिरिवरधारी गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा जय राधा माधव राधा माधव राधा Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवदिगाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सत श्री श्रीमत डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की, इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य शिल प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की, नामाचार्य शिल हरिदास ठाकुर की, शिल प्रभुपाद की, प्रभुपाद अनुगा की, समवेत भक्त वृंद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Shri Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Daivim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavadina Ishtiki. What is from the shloka? 8.5. Canto 8, Chapter 5, Text 13. Nayasya kaschatitarthi mayam yaya jano muhyati vedanartham tam nirjitatmatma gunam paresham mamama bhuteshu samam charantam. Nayasya kaschatitatri mayam yaya jano muhyati vedanartham tam nirjitatmatma gunam paresham namama bhuteshu samam charantam. Nayasya kascha तितितर्थी मायाम् यया जनो मुह्यति वेदनार्थम् तं निर्जितात्मात्मगुणं परेशम् न माम भूतेषु समं चरन्तम् न यस्य कश्चातितर्थी मायाम् यया जनो मुह्यति वेदनार्थम् तं निर्जितात्मात्मगुणं परेशम् न माम भूतेषु समं चरन्तम् न not yasya of whom the Supreme Personality of Godhead kascha anyone atiti tarti is able to overcome mayam the illusory energy yaya by whom by the illusory energy janaha people in general muhyati become bewildered veda understand na not artham the aim of life tam unto him the Supreme Personality of Godhead nirjita completely controlling Atma, the living entities. Atma Gunam, and his external energy. Para, Isham, the Lord who is transcendentally situated. Namama, we offer our respectful obeisances. Bhuteshu, unto all living beings. Samam, equally situated or equipoised. Charantam, controlling or ruling them. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Translation: no one can overcome the Supreme Personality of Godhead's illusory energy, Maya, which is so strong that it bewilders everyone, making one lose the sense to understand the aim of life. The same Maya, however, is subdued by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who rules everyone and who is equally disposed towards all living entities. Let us offer our obeisances unto Him. Purport: the prowess of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu certainly controls all living entities, so much so that the living entities have forgotten the aim of life. Nate vidhu swartha gatimihi Vishnu. The living entities have forgotten that the aim of life is to go back home, back to Godhead. The external energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead gives all conditioned souls what appears to be an opportunity to be happy within this material world. But that is Maya. In other words, it is a dream that is never to be fulfilled. As every living being is illusioned by the external energy of the Supreme Lord. That illusory energy is undoubtedly very strong, but she is fully under the control of the transcendental person who is described in this verse as Para Isham, the transcendental Lord. Lord is not a part of the material creation, but is beyond the creation. Therefore, not only does he control the conditioned souls through his external energy, but he also controls the external energy itself. Bhagavad Gita clearly says that the strong material energy controls everyone and that getting out of her control is extremely difficult. That controlling energy belongs to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and works under his control. The living entities, however, being subdued by the material energy, have forgotten the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Om Tat Sat. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarani Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The philosophy of illusion, what Maya is briefly being explained here. That Krishna is telling material energy is under my control. Maya Dyakshena Prakriti Suyate Sa Characharam. And through that material energy, he controls living beings in this material world. But he is not under the control of the material energy, but rather he is the controller of the material energy. That is being made very clear here. Krishna also makes that very clear in the Bhagavad Gita. He makes it very clear in the Bhagavad Gita repeatedly in several places. And he says that I am the Lord and Master of the material energy. This is from the side of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. From the viewpoint of the conditioned soul, he is under the influence of the material energy. When he is under the influence of the material energy, many things are very difficult, especially spiritual life, if he is interested in it. That is what is discussed in the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is everything about matter and spirit conditioning by material energy of the spirit soul, liberation, yoga, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. All these topics are discussed in the Bhagavad Gita. In the Bhagavatam, after Bhagavad Gita, about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, about rasa, about relationship, and examples of such great personalities, that is discussed. But here you have the demigods praying. Whenever they are attacked by the asuras, they have no other shelter, but they come to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has manifested himself as Vishnu. And in every universe, he is there, a Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, in the milk ocean. The demigods go there and address the Lord. They recognize him that time as a supreme. They recognize him as a master of material energy because they are in material difficulty and is inside the material world. And they address Vishnu and they call him as master of illusion, master of the material energy. So they know what is illusion. Their prayer shows that they know what is illusion, but still they are subjected to illusion. Still they are subjected to illusion. Even if you have knowledge about illusion, you will be under illusion. The only person who cannot be under illusion is Krishna. He is beyond the illusion. All the demigods, everybody in this world, they are subject to illusion, subject to the powerful material energy of the Lord. This is an important statement to understand. Everybody, nobody is free from the three modes. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, there is nobody in this whole existence who is free from the influence of the three modes of material nature. Only me. Guna Atita. If you're a pure devotee of the Lord, you become free from material nature. So, the nature of illusion, it's a very interesting subject matter. Because we are in illusion, and when we study illusion, it will be very difficult for us to understand illusion. When you are in illusion, it's difficult to understand illusion. Or rather, you will understand it conveniently. In other words, you will rationalize your illusion and understand it. That's the way normally you will understand it. Generally speaking, for the conditioned soul, illusion is very nice. Illusion is very attractive. Illusion is very attractive, and I like it. Because then only you will stick around here. This is the meaning of illusion. It has to become very nice and very interesting. And for you to be feeling nice in illusion, you have to forget the reality. This is the meaning of conditioned soul. Just to wake up and understand. We are conditioned souls, that's why we like being in illusion. Maya is very attractive. Why is it very attractive? You may read many things about Maya, but in the end, we are happily situated in Maya. We like, amen. So, this is an interesting thing. That's why Krishna is saying, Mama Maya Duratyaya. You will not be able to get out of my Maya, out of your own effort. Maya Mukder Jiva. It is mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita Nahi, they cannot escape. The living entity cannot escape Krishna's material energy. That is why Krishna gave the scripture. For their sake, he gave scripture. And we are supposed to read the scripture and understand at least I am an illusion. First step is to understand I am illusioned. This is itself a very difficult step. This is itself a very difficult step. The nature of illusion is that I am okay. Everything is fine with me. Everything is fine with me. That's the nature of illusion. So, Maya, that which is not. Ma means not, Ya means this, Maya means this is not, which means it is not real. It is illusion. And Krishna says in the Bhagavatam also to Arjuna in the Chatushloki, whatever you perceive and see in this world that is not connected to me is not existing at all. It's illusion. It's Maya. You know, give you an example, simple example. If you dream in the night, something horrible, you have a nightmarish experience. You know, when you get up in the morning, how you feel, my gosh, I'm so happy it's a dream only. Don't you feel that? Are you not happy that it is a dream? When you wake up, ooh, it's a dream. Means what? It's an illusion. I'm rid of it. I thought it was real. I was grappling with it inside the dream. And I was sweating. I was, how to deal with the situation. Oh, I woke up and I feel very nice. I'm so happy. It's not real. So happy, it's not real. Sometimes you have a dream which is so nice. And when you wake up, what do you feel? Cha, I wish I had continued the dream. I wish the dream had continued. Dirty world again, same routine. But it's illusion. The good side, the bad side, both are illusion. Both are illusion. When you wake up is the reality. But like in the dream, when you wake up, you have a routine, moronic world that you have to face. That's not the situation when you wake out of the real illusion. When you wake out of the real illusion, it is happiness. Because your nature is Satchitananda. That Krishna describes in Bhagavad Gita. That situation is called Brahman. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na sochati na kankshati samasarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labate param. But getting out of illusion alone is not enough. That is a point that the demigods will speak. They are not ordinary people. They are very well educated. Their first step is saying that illusion. We're all stuck in the illusion. But if you get out of the illusion alone, it is not enough. You must be in love with the Supreme Lord. You must become attached to the Supreme Lord. Because one attachment you have given up. You must become attached to the other. You become attached to Maya, material existence. And now you must become attached to Krishna, who is the opposite of material existence, who is the reality, who is the truth. Because otherwise you are unstable. Otherwise you are unstable. You are in middle zone. You have just come out of attachment and you feel, wow, just like you wake out of the dream. And you're enjoying that situation. So nice. But it is unstable situation. Tvai ashtabhavat avishuddha buddhaya aruhya kachrena tata patanti adaha jushmat angraya. It is not very stable because if you don't attract yourself to Krishna in that free situation, you will again come back to illusion. In other words, you have to have some engagement of relationship. In the material world, Sri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Mahiki, in the material world, you are very busy because you are thoroughly attracted by illusion. And you're busy, Maya engages you in many, many activities to do with your emotion, to do with your feelings, to do with physical self, and you're very busy. and you're happy that you're busy. You're actually addicted to illusion, and you're happy that you're busy. You're very habituated to be like what you are. That's why when we are asked not to do something, you find very difficult. I want some engagement. I want to be engaged in Maya. That's why you're addicted to fruitive activities. Sarvam karma kilam partha. Everything is mixed with desire for fruit in all the activities. That is a propelling force for performing an activity. So material nature means lot of complicated activity which is involved and which is total forgetfulness, an illusion. But we do it. We don't want to be left alone. We don't want to be left alone. That is why in Krishna consciousness, it is not an inactive situation. That's why Prabhupada repeatedly speaks about inactivity in spiritual life. It's an active, dynamic zone wherein the conditioned soul is actively engaged in Krishna, using his senses, mind, intelligence, body, everything actively. This is what is the original prescription. Only if you do that, you will become engaged. Engagement in Krishna consciousness is very important. Then only you can become slowly free from illusion. You cannot be in the middle zone and get away from everything and not do anything. You cannot sit and enjoy, I am free. You will slip and fall. It's mentioned very directly in the Bhagavatam. Avishuddha buddhi, not yet purified intelligence. Aruhi patanti adaha, you will fall down. It is mentioned. So Brahman platform is not very stable. Illusory platform looks very stable, highly engaged, I got this to do, I got that to do, I got a to-dos list, I got a whole to-dos and I keep ticking it off, then I go to sleep, I get up, I'm very disciplined and I'm very nicely executing everything. But what are you doing at the end of it? What do you get at the end of it? You can become very disciplined and even the demons are very disciplined. You must understand this. You know, they all perform severe austerities, penances. Ravana did not get what he wanted simply like that. He followed austerity, penance, discipline, and he achieved what he wanted. The tendency to use it in the wrong way, that's what makes you asuric. Everybody gets education. Some people use education to make some weapons and drop it on somebody else and watch killing. Some people use their education to hack in cyber and perform cyber crime. They also need to be a pretty good programmer in order to be able to hack. Right? So asuras also, they also get pious credit. They also get sukriti. And they use it in a wrong way. They use it in a wrong way. That's what differentiates them. That's what makes them asura. Not capable of understanding how to utilize it. So, being liberated alone is not considered to be very great. Real life starts after liberation. Mad bhaktim labate param. Then only you are doing your constitutional activity. Right? So first thing is getting out of illusion. And for illusion, you have to understand that I'm an illusion first. For that you need knowledge. The knowledge only serves that much purpose to make you understand that I'm not an illusion, I'm spirit soul, I'm this and everything, and that you situate yourself in Brahman. But after that, you have to be engaged in bhakti. If you're not engaged in bhakti, knowledge alone will not suffice. So we can understand in Bhagavatam that knowledge is not very important. It's bhakti that is important. Till you get out of illusion, knowledge is very important. And that is why in Bhagavad Gita, there's a whole chapter on transcendental knowledge. But when you come to Bhagavatam, you will see bhakti, bhakti being said repeatedly. Devotion to the Lord captured through devotion to the Lord. That's why Bhagavatam is put above Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is basics. So coming to the topic of illusion, When you are in illusion, right? When you are in illusion, when you get this knowledge and you come to know that I am in illusion, you can actually see yourself performing and you can see how illusion has got a hold over you. How illusion has got a hold over you. Because if you're repeatedly reading scripture, you'll repeatedly understand this knowledge and you can actually feel how you're being conditioned by Maya, by the three modes. You'll experience it. That's why Krishna is speaking extensively about the three modes, and in each of the modes, what will happen to you, how you'll get affected, what you will like, what you will not like, what you will do, how you will do, why you will do. All this is mentioned in each of the modes. Even determination, charity, learning, education, all these things fall under the modes. Everything fall under the modes. So we can understand in the conditioned state how we perform. How we perform in the conditioned state. That's knowledge. Knowledge teaches you that you are in illusion. If you have knowledge and you don't come to the conclusion that I'm in illusion, your knowledge is not correct. Kshetra kshetrajnayor jnanam yattad jnanam matam mama. Knowledge means understanding the difference between spirit and matter, understanding consciousness, understanding jada, matter. This is called knowledge. When you are in knowledge, you can see yourself positioned inside the material world in illusion. And then you will understand that I'm attached to it. Then you will understand that I'm addicted to it. I'm actually very addicted to it. I may have knowledge, but still I want this. Why? Because the soul is enjoying. The point is that you are enjoying it. You're having gratification. It's illusory enjoyment, but you're having gratification. That's why in the Bhagavad Gita it says that you must know that this enjoyment is also illusion. And you must opt for the actual enjoyment. Raso varjam raso piyasya param drishtva nivartate. So you are given cultivation of a higher enjoyment. And that time for you it is called sadhana because you have no taste for it yet. You're still attached to many things in the material world. And you have those roles. It's not an easy thing to get out. It is not at all easy to get out of. Mama Maya Duratyaya. That one statement of Krishna means so many things. Even great demigods are under my illusion. So it's not so easy to get out of it. If you practice pure bhakti, gradually you get out of it. Especially in Lord Chaitanya's time, if you chant the holy name of the Lord very sincerely without offenses, then you get out of it. Illusion, right from the lowest to the topmost, there are stories of illusion. Brahma is getting illusioned. Brahma is getting illusioned. Brahma, Vimohana Leela, the most intelligent person in this universe, is getting illusioned. And he has come to know that he has been illusioned. And when he prays to Krishna, he is praised very intelligently to Krishna. And Krishna teases him. The Chaitanya Charitamrita that is mentioned very nicely. Right? I think I told you yesterday about it. Did we discuss it yesterday? Where did we discuss it? Yeah. Krishna is telling, Brahma is telling that he's crying and he's paying obeisances. And I told you that Krishna is standing with his curd rice in his hand. And he's very casually looking at Brahma. And Brahma is crying, I made this big blunder mistake. See, if you're an intelligent person and you know you've been illusioned, you feel very much about it. One thing is false ego, that I got cheated. I got illusioned. I know, but still I got illusioned. The other thing is, the person who is the subject matter of my illusion is Krishna. I played the fool with Krishna. That is even worse. So Brahma was in a very bad situation. And he was paying obeisances. Because it's mentioned that he saw Krishna having killed Agasura. And all the demigods came and danced and said, and showered flowers, and there was drumming and everything in the sky. But Brahma alone witnessed without much dancing and this thing. He thought, who is this small boy? He's capable of killing Agasura. How can he have so much strength? He became illusioned at that moment. It's mentioned by Krishna's desire only. Right? So he said, I'm going to just try something on this person. That's how he stole the calves and the gopas and hid them in a cave. And Krishna said, oh, Brahma has done this. He knows immediately. And he's thinking, I'm a cowherd boy. He's thinking, I'm a cowherd boy. I'll tell him, show him what sort of a cowherd boy I am. And so therefore he multiplied himself into all the calves and the gopas. Instantly he did it. Chip, it happened. And the Acharyas comment that the actual gopas and all that, he put them in another place. Because Brahma cannot touch the gopas and his calves. Even Brahma cannot steal Krishna's property of gopas and their calves. So they also were placed separately. But then who did Brahma take? For him, he created another illusory gopas and calves. Instantly he did all these. So 3 sets were there. One which he doubled up as, one the original gopas and the calves which he hid somewhere. Krishna himself kept them somewhere. And the other one, for the sake of Brahma, he gave him so that he can hide them. That's why Brahma, when he went back to the cave, he saw, it is here, they're all here. Then he came back and saw here, they're all here also. But actually he did not know, one more set is there. All this he did instantly. All this Krishna did instantly. He is illusion master. He is the master of illusion. Maya dekshena prakriti suyate sachara. He can do that. And then on top of that, he said, I'll do one more thing for Brahma. And Brahma was watching with consternation. How is this possible? And looking at Krishna and all the gopas, each one of the gopas became 4-handed. He did another big show. This is a real massive show. Krishna also became 4-handed. Sitting as ordinary cowherd boys, suddenly they get 4 hands. All of the gopas also are in 4 hands. Brahma became so shocked. He was very highly bewildered. And then only he knew that I blundered. This is not an ordinary cowherd boy. So he came down. At that time, Krishna was ordinarily sitting with still curd rice in his hands. And then he bowed down to Krishna and cried, I blew it. I know you. I know you by knowledge. And you have Tene Brahma Hridayadi Kaviye Muhyanti Yat Surya. You have imparted knowledge to me from the heart. I know you. So you can imagine Brahma's position, how it will be. And you can imagine illusion, how it affects. So he paid obeisance and he said, you are the Supreme Narayana, Adi Narayana. Immediately Krishna said, oh Brahma, how I can be Narayana? I am only an ordinary cowherd boy. He said this. He said this to Brahma. Again teased him. According to you, I am just an ordinary cowherd boy. This statement means so many things. The ordinary cowherd boy is the supreme absolute truth. Janmadhyasya, with a peacock feather on his head, with a flute tucked in his waist, with a rope hanging around his neck, and with cows and calves. He is the supreme reality. He is the absolute truth. Janmadhyasya anvayadi taratas charteshva vijñaswarat. Very casually he is saying that to Brahma. I am an ordinary cowherd boy. How can I be Narayana? Then Brahma says, you want me to tell you how you are Narayana? I will explain to you. And then he explains how you are Narayana. And Krishna hears everything. Nice to hear, okay, you understand. Like a small kid, actually the kid is Krishna here. But he's treating Brahma as a small kid. That's the best part. He is hearing like, oh really? I am Narayana. And then he's explaining How you are Narayana is crying and explaining, no, you are only Narayana. I made a mistake. He's explaining. This is in Chaitanya Charitamrita described very nicely. And he goes ahead and makes a statement that I don't know about others. They may say so many things. As far as I know, I don't know you. I don't know you. I've still not understood. Makes a very interesting statement. Full knowledge, he makes a statement. See, Brahma getting illusioned. Then there is Indra getting illusioned in the famous, Govardhana Leela. Then so many demigods get illusioned. Even Lord Shiva runs behind Mohini. In the Mohini avatar, in the fifth canto again, there will be description of Mohini avatar. Yeah. He goes behind Mohini, completely enamored. Completely enamored. So illusion spreads across. It is just of a different quality when Lord Shiva gets enamored. It's of a different quality. And down the line and down the line and down the line. When it comes down right up to each one of us who are conditioned souls, we are very low. It may affect Brahma. Don't think it's the same effect like you and for Brahma. Don't think Brahma got illusion, I also got illusion, we are both conditioned souls. That's when you are really in illusion. That's when you are really in illusion. So you must always remember that although people are subjected to illusion, they are still respect worthy because they are devotees of the Lord. That's the meaning of Krishna is saying, Apichet Sudracharo Bhajate Mam Ananya Bhak Sadhureva Samantabhya Samyak Vyavasito Hi Saha Kshipram Bhavati Dharmatma Shashvat Shanti Nigachati Kaunteya Pradijana Hi Name Bhakta Pranashyati. One thing you must know about my devotees, although they may fall in illusion, they will always be victorious. They will always be victorious. It's a powerful statement for devotees in relation to illusion. When they are in illusion also, I am with them. Krishna is with Brahma, setting right his illusion. Sees that. Is this with Indra also? His response to Indra is very different from his response to Brahma. You can see the difference in treatment for both of them. And when he meets with Shiva also, it's very different. He doesn't even talk about it because Shiva knows what's happened fully. Right? So, the nature of illusion in various levels, that's also shown in the Bhagavatam very nicely. And we must understand that we are very casual, ordinary, conditioned souls getting illusioned. We don't have the strength of devotion to overcome that illusion so easily. Illusion is the same, but the strength of devotion and bhakti developed in us may not be of the same quality. May not be of the same. But there is no mention you will see of the gopis ever getting illusioned. You will not see Radharani, gopis, gopas ever getting illusioned. They are just completely drowned in rasa. They are completely drowned in rasa, 100% pure devotion to Krishna. This range, this whole stage-wise understanding. Vedamscha Jivan, in the Dashamula Tattva, it is mentioned, there is differences in the living entities according to their level of devotion that they are placed in. There is difference. Broad difference, we know Kanishta, Madhyama, Uttama, like that. There is difference. Vedamsa Jivan, in Jivas, there is difference. But actually we are taught all souls are same, we are equal. True. It's true. But the way they catch up with bhakti, that is different. In this material world also, all are equal, but they are not equal. According to the karma that affects them, they are not equal. But all are equal. Because why? They are all spirit souls. Similarly, even in the bhakti realm, all are equal, but they are not equal. Because each one desires and does devotional service according to certain motivation inside. So everything depends on the spirit soul, his desire, that creates the difference. Krishna is equal to everybody. Samoham sarvabhuteshu name dvesho asti na priya. You will see Krishna very wonderfully relating with all sorts of people. Even if they have committed an error, how Krishna deals with them. Prithu Maharaj and Indra is committing actually an offense. He comes as a sannyasi and steals away the horse. Prithu is going to do the 100th Ashwamedha Yajna, which qualifies him to become Indra. And Indra is coming as a sannyasi and running away with the horse. It is so cheap. You cannot become a performer of 100 Ashwamedha Yajnas. That alone I will not allow you. He repeatedly comes and steals it. Once, twice, thrice. And then Prithu's son is saying, I'll get him. And Indra is, Prithu is saying, no, he's dressed as a sannyasi. Because he's dressed as a sannyasi, don't touch him. Right? And all this commotion is happening. Finally, Vishnu himself comes along with Indra and tells Prithu, why don't you stop with 99 sacrifices? He's getting very disturbed. This person, Indra, is getting very disturbed. Why can't he just be happy with 99? For you, what is there? And Prithu agrees. Okay, if you say so. If you say so. And then Indra falls at the feet of Prithu. And both of them embrace each other. Okay, adjustment. I'll not trouble you. I'll not do 100 Ashwamedha Yajnas. You be peaceful. And there's nobody going to compete for your post. It's troubling you very much because you are troubled, all management is troubled. So Vishnu has said, don't trouble him. He's disturbed very much. Leave him. So I am not going to do it. This is the type of material conditioning that can go, and Krishna knows this. But he's telling Prithu, you adjust for him. You make an adjustment for him. Because he is desperately conditioned to don't do this. Don't do the Ashwamedha Yajna. Anybody does Yajna anywhere, he'll come off there. What are you doing? You may be a potential competitor to me. I'll do something to you. So since he is by nature like that, the world should go on. So even a compromise is made for his material desire and is for his illusion. That type of thing also you will see in the Bhagavatam. Even that type of thing. Adjustment. In the material world, sometimes we have to adjust these things. Sometimes we see some between devotees also, we need to make this adjustment. Okay, Baba, it's affecting you very much. You're very attached to this. Continue to do this service. It's okay. You're very attached to this service and you don't want to be removed from this position. You can find that. And somebody says that, okay, I'll make a sacrifice for you. You go ahead. So illusion plays inside our devotional service also. In devotional service also you have, according to the modes, devotional service for conditioned souls. Kapila describes that in the Bhagavatam. Right? So illusion is so deep. You know knowledge, you have knowledge also, you are in it. You have devotion also, you are in it. See how all pervasive it is. How deep it is. How deep is our attachment to the illusion? How deep is our attachment to the illusion? So the conditioned soul is very, very determined to enjoy sense gratification. This is the meaning of Prahlad saying they are Dhridavrata is one thing. Person who is determined not to. And then Grihavrata, person who is determined to enjoy. Adantu gopir vishatam tamishram punapunascharvita charvanana. That's why we must examine our determination very carefully. What am I determined to do? Because it's very deep. When a person takes up Krishna consciousness, he slowly hones his determination. Comes to the point of telling, Now I am determined. I will follow this. That's the time when he says, I will get initiated by a guru and I'm willing to follow. That time we understand, are you determined? You made a decision in life. I'm going to fight illusion. Prabhupada says one must declare war on the illusory energy if you want to become situated in a determined way in spiritual life. All sorts of things can happen to you. And you're willing to fight. That determination, Krishna calls it determination in the mode of goodness. A person gets determined. So these are all aspects of spiritual life. And it is not that things will happen automatically. There is a certain subtle thing in sadhakas. I have done my duty. I have done my sadhana. Now automatically it will work. In Gyan it is like that possibly. In yoga also it is like that. In karma also it is like that. But in bhakti, you can't automate it. Because it's got to do with your feeling, your emotion, your devotion expressed to Krishna. Your devotion expressed to Krishna. Very important to know that. You can't automate because you are yourself involved. You are part of the process. Intellect, you can automate. Gyan, knowledge, I gathered. You can actually automate it. But when it actually automate means, I mean, automatically it will happen because I have done this. You put the application, you have remitted the fees, this thing, it has to happen. You have to give the permission. Especially, except in Tamil Nadu government, it's not like that. You have to give Kimbalam, then also it may not happen. But most places it's like automated. If you do this, fill the form and all that, it's over. It's done. That's what we're used to. But we cannot do sadhana in an automated way, in a mechanistic way. You'll come to know. Initially, in the sadhana principle, we are very good, disciplined and everything. Gradually, you know that you need to also be involved in expressing a relationship with Krishna. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it says that Krishna is analyzing this. And there's a statement made there, following the rules and regulations of the scripture and executing one's duties correctly as per what I have actually told, that does not really give me pleasure. Krishna is saying, actually, that does not really give me pleasure. When the living entity actually wakes up in a relationship with me, then really I start enjoying it with that soul. So therefore, bhakti can be given only by me. Devotion can be given only by me. And thinking like this, he appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to give this priceless thing to everybody. And why I'm saying these things is the demigod's prayers, illusion, and Lord Chaitanya's prescription. When Lord Chaitanya has come, whatever illusion you're in, whether you're struggling or you're not struggling, or you're a demigod or this or that, I am going to give you devotion by simply chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, without offenses. If you chant, you will get devotion. That's why we'll be able to express our feeling towards Krishna. You'll be able to have a relationship. It's very unique that by chanting Hare Krishna, you can awaken your relationship with Krishna. But you can't do it with Gyan, with Karma, with Yoga. You can't even do it with simply mechanical sadhana. But still we need to do that because sadhana, as per rules and regulations, it's called Vaidhi Bhakti. It awakens our love for Krishna. It awakens our love for Krishna. This is what's mentioned in the Nectar of Devotion, you will see. The discipline and the thing is not the end in itself. What we are expecting from that, it will awaken your love for Krishna, which is dormant. That has to happen. That is the purpose of sadhana. So a sadhaka in bhakti is waiting for that to happen. He is praying for that to happen. He is hankering for that to happen. Kabe hobe bolo Shaydina Amar. When will the day come when I will be able to express my devotion to you, my dear Lord? Like that, he is hankering and praying. That prayer of the sadhaka, of the devotee, that is heard by the Lord. That is heard by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he offers. He is anyway offering even without condition. His most precious devotion to the Lord, he is offering without you asking also. It is just that you have to accept it in the right way and then exercise it. So this is a wonderful thing that's explained in the Bhagavatam. Although the demigods are praying that you are the Lord of illusion and all that together, they also know this. They also know. And they are also hankering for getting pure devotion. They are also appreciating the gopis, Vrindavan, and Nanda Maharaj and Gopas. They know. They know. Bhishma knows. In his Bhishma Stuti, he's speaking about it. He's speaking about it. So that's why when we see these pastimes in relation to this understanding of bhakti, we can analyze the pastimes in a different way. How Krishna is reciprocating wherever there is bhakti. Wherever there is bhakti, you will see Kubja. Kubja is a hunchbacked old lady, very badly deformed, physically very deformed. But in great love and devotion, she does seva to Krishna. She put the sandalwood paste on Krishna and Balaram personally. And Krishna noticed, you have it, devotion. And it's so nicely mentioned that he put his feet on top of her feet and then he held her chin and just bent just pulled her out like this, and she became a beautiful young lady because it's touched by Krishna. Just see, because he saw devotion and he reciprocated with it immediately. Then as soon as that happened, she's become now a beautiful lady. Kubja started behaving in a different way with Krishna. It's mentioned there. She desired Krishna's association. I actually expecting a physical association. And Krishna signaled to her, I'll come. And then he goes to her house and she has decorated the house. It's mentioned as a, welcoming a lover. She's decorated the house like that also. And Krishna steps inside her house. To what extent Krishna reciprocates in love and devotion? Anybody, anywhere, he reciprocates with them. When Krishna is coming back to Dwaraka, all the prostitutes actually in Dwaraka lay welcome to him and Krishna reciprocates with them. So you will see wherever there is devotion, whether it is Sudama, whether it is Kubja, or whether it is, Bali, a demon, in all these places, Krishna is reciprocating with devotion. But the best of sadhakas may not be able to bring out that. That's also possible. Right? The best of jnanis may not be able to have it. But here is Krishna giving that by chanting of the holy name. Here, take it, which is not available anywhere. Chirad adattam nijagupta vittam. Anarpita charim chirad karunaya avatirna khalo. Why he is called very merciful? Because he is giving something which you don't deserve. And he is giving something that is too precious. And he is not seeing whether you have the qualification or not. And you're getting it. That is why only through the chanting of the holy name, only through bhakti, which is coming out of the chanting of the holy name. In Kali Yuga, can people become free from illusion? Although it is not required, but that is the reason that we chant Hare Krishna also. It's a byproduct of chanting Hare Krishna. What is that? You get free from illusion. The chanting of the Hare Krishna is not for getting free from illusion. That's only a byproduct. What you get is love of Krishna. You get prema, right? So all these other things will happen on the side. So when we chant Hare Krishna, we are getting so many things as benefit. It's a super duper product. It gives you so many things. That's why it's called Chintamani. It satisfies all desires that you have, right? So it's better to have the topmost desire as the main focus and the arrowhead. Automatically, all other desires also get satisfied. So this is why in the Bhagavatam, although there is discussion on illusion, there's discussion on Gyan, about karma, yoga, also the discussions are mostly laced with bhakti throughout. Overarching aspect is bhakti, devotion. That's why we chant Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Next time somebody says, these people have only one mantra, and with that they are going around the whole world. This one mantra is enough. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Eva Kevalam. These people are very intelligent. It's mentioned in the Bhagavatam, right? What is mentioned in the Bhagavatam? Why they are intelligent? Yajnayi Sankirtana Prayir Yajantihi Sumedasaha. These people with that one mantra, they are going all over the world because one mantra is enough. These people need only one mantra. Shankaracharya also has said that one mantra is enough. He said, your name is the mantra. That's enough. And that is mantra given by Krishna himself. Because it's given by Krishna himself and said this one mantra is enough. One mantra is enough. One mantra is enough. And that one mantra can conquer the whole world. So it's not something small. It's not necessary you should have many mantras. Not necessary you should have many mantras. It's not necessary that we should have many philosophies. This is a comment made by somebody. Oh, these people, what do? They just have one mantra, they go around singing it everywhere. The perception of people can make something so small, but it's so big. The chanting of the holy name is not some ordinary thing. What it is, you don't understand. So if you listen to the wrong person, you get the completely wrong idea and you'll miss the chance. It's only one mantra. Sure, only one mantra is enough. And how many mantras can you chant anyway in Kali Yuga? As though you're some very great mantra chanter. You can't even chant that one mantra properly. Some of them claim, I don't know any mantra, I have not read anything. Plus, you can criticize people who are chanting at least one mantra. So, we should be careful. Illusion has made its masterpiece. Sometimes you'll see people speaking very intelligently, but actually they are completely under the grip of illusion. You should not follow intelligence, you should follow bhakti. If you are really intelligent, you'll follow bhakti. Don't follow very intelligent people in this material world. They don't have it. They don't have it. And this is why we follow Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. He's a devotee. He's a pure devotee of Krishna. And he has told us how we can go back to Godhead, achieve Krishna's favor in Kali Yuga. Om Tat Sat. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Nittai Gur Premanande. Any question or comment? Yes, interesting. It is not that the gopis and the gopas don't know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They do mention it, but they don't pay much importance to it. In the sense, in the sense that their love for Krishna is so much, it doesn't matter you are God, you are my son. Yashodamai holds him in that rasa of Vatsalya rasa because he's showing in his mouth Vishwarupa. That is God feature. I am God, I'm saying I'm so great. But she sees that briefly and is not really very happy about it. That's the interesting thing. She's not really very happy about the greatness of Krishna that conditioned souls will look at. Because she is definitely absorbed in pure bhakti. So that's okay. You're my son. Immediately after seeing that, she grabs him and embraces him and said, you're my son, my dear Lala, like that. Same way you will see in other places also, Krishna shows his greatness by lifting the Govardhana hill. They don't sit and tell you, Krishna, you're very great, you're lifting Govardhana hill and all that. They are relating with him in bhakti only. Nowhere the greatness feature of Krishna as God is something special for the people in Vrindavana. It is there, they heard about it. You are God, it seems. But you are our Krishna. You belong to us. Mamata, as explained in the Bhagavatam very nicely. That feeling of you belong to me, you belong to us, out of love. So that is the meaning of saying Tadiyeshitagneshu bhaktir jitatvam. Ishita, controller, God, feature. Bhaktir jitatvam. Bhakti goes above that with all the leelas in Vrindavan. Right? So, although they know Krishna's greater feature as a person, as a personality, as a supreme absolute truth, as a person capable of love, and they relate in that way. And out of all these things, the gopis relate in a great way to such an extent that Krishna tells the gopis, your relationship and your giving in this thing to me, I cannot match it. So there is a feature of the Lord, of Krishna, his personal feature, which you can relate in bhakti, which becomes more important than the God-like feature of the Lord. That is only meant for people in the material world. Om Sagasa Dirsha Purusha, you are God. That's all that is good. I mean, in the house, you will often see in the wife to the wife, the husband cannot say, "I am the managing director of so company." She will just say, "Ah, then you I'll serve you. What I've cooked, I'll give you, and you'll eat what I cooked." Isn't it? Because their relationship is of a different type. You can't come there and say, I'm MD of this company. Do you know that? Yeah, I heard about it. But here I am the MD. Sit down. Right? So I'm giving a crude example. Similarly, like that, out of love, the devotees capture the absolute truth. So although they know you are MD, although they know you are God, that doesn't matter to me. I am observed in relationship with you as Gopa, as Gopi, right? As your mother, like that. In that sense, you must understand. Okay? Yeah. Any other question or comment? Yeah. Repeat the last sentence. How will we? He'll be very happy. I think what you're asking is Yevam Pravartitam Chakram. Krishna is speaking about the whole yajna, and you should please the arrangement that I have made, the demigods. Then read the shloka. Devan de bhavayatena te deva bhavantu yaha parasparam. Yeah, that is arrangement in this material world, structure, management, meant for our material necessities. That arrangement is made by the Lord, and there are persons in charge of that. There are demigods, and if you follow that system and that structure, you will get what you need for your material life, and you will be peaceful and happy. So you can actually focus on the real goal of life. So that arrangement is made. Your question is, Indra, when he knows this, he is expecting from you that you do this. You do the yajna that is meant for this. But we are doing Sankirtan yajna. Will Indra be pleased? That's your question. Am I right? Yeah. If you do this, it pleases everybody. If you please Krishna directly, it pleases everybody. But still, devotees of the Lord, they follow these things to be an example. That's also mentioned by Krishna. Although I know that simply satisfying the Supreme Lord alone is enough by knowledge, I may not be in that position of bhakti, but still I may do that. But in order not to upset the rest of them who may not know this, Krishna explains that also to Arjuna. Don't create a disturbance in them. What is that shloka? I forget. In order that you don't create a disturbance in them, you should do your duty. Right? So we do that. But Kali Yuga is so placed that I can't be doing this and that and all that. I don't have time to do it. But whenever I go to a temple, I will offer my obeisances to the demigod, and I will pay respects to him properly, knowing what is his seva for the Supreme Lord, what a great personality he is, how wonderful a devotee he is. I'll acknowledge that. I'll acknowledge that. I know he also knows that I acknowledge that, and I chant Hare Krishna. That way he is very happy with you. It's a question of parasparam, it is mentioned, no? In the parasparam thing, you should not think you are very great, I am devotee, so I don't have to give it to you. That attitude is not good. Although I am a devotee, although I am trying to be a devotee, you are also a great devotee. I need your blessings to be a devotee. The last time, I think some 2 Sundays back, we discussed how Markandeya Rishi, his life history, that originally he was Lord Shiva's devotee. And Lord Shiva, for his sake, even was ready to kill Yamaraj. And he gave him Chiranjeevi status to Markandeya Rishi. But gradually, Markandeya Rishi is becoming a great devotee of Krishna. And he's personally seeing Krishna on a banyan leaf in the waters of the annihilation. And then after all that, Shiva and Parvati are coming to see him and give him a boon. That time, what he is asking boon? Achyuta bhaktim tat pareshu tatatvayi. I am asking you that you should benedict with me with Achyuta bhakti, Krishna bhakti, just like you. Just like you and so many others. I also want to be a devotee. He is recognizing Lord Shiva. This is correct way of doing. Once upon a time, I needed you. You know, when I was very young, I did this thing and Yamaraj came. But now I don't need you because I've become Krishna devotee. It's not like that at all. It's not the way to think. Neophytish thinking is like that. But Lord Shiva is constantly factored in Markandeya Rishi's life, throughout his life, from the beginning to the end. That's why Lord Shiva will give him a boon that he asks for, that I bless you to become Achyuta Bhakta. And also after that, go around discussing with Parvati and said, how great are these devotees? He's also reciprocating very maturely, and Markandeya Rishi also reciprocating very maturely. If you want to understand how to respect demigods as devotees and still carry out what is necessary to be carried out, we should read these Leelas. So the Parasparam means with good understanding. Parasparam does not mean simply I give you this, you give me that. That is a very low level of understanding. Parasparam means maturely executing, understanding the purpose. Right? You are a demigod, you should do what you are supposed to do. I should do what I am supposed to do. But both are devotees. In that way, both of us can actually benefit. That also is understood. A devotee has got an extra understanding when he deals with demigods. So therefore, the demigods will be very pleased with the devotees for their mature understanding. See, some Vaishnava sects, they tell you don't look at the demigod temple also. Walk by, just don't look left and see the temple also. They never go to the demigod temple also. Because Vishnu is supreme. But Lord Chaitanya went to Kanyakumari. He stayed there for 2 days, danced and chanted at Kanyakumari for the pleasure of Devi. Why? It's Supreme Personality God, Krishna, going and doing this as an example to everybody. This is what you must do. And he went to Lord Shiva's temple. In many places he went to Shiva's temple. He went to Devi temple. Right? He went to all sorts of temples and danced and chanted the holy name. Because they are to be respected as devotees. And they'll become very pleased with you. They're not going to say, Yenda, adala okay, devotee la and the yagya yen panalani. They're not going to say that. They're not going to say that. Because they fully understand that you are doing it in maturity. In Kali Yuga, you're doing this. I am pleased. This is the yajna of the age, by worshipping Krishna, by doing the yajna for the age, you're pleasing me also. That's a mature understanding. Om Tat Sat. Any question? Any other question or comment? Hare Krishna. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Yes.